I'm so glad you're here. Can you believe it? I made it to the final round of the chess tournament. My strategy for round 2 worked. I made a new friend and he taught me all sorts of things about chess. How to understand what your opponent is doing, how to think ahead, and more. He was so nice to me. I couldn't believe it. He said he was glad to help because someone took the time to help him years ago. It was so cool that God allowed us to meet. But now I have to focus on this final round. Do you think I can win the championship? I've heard my opponent is pretty full of himself. He knows he's good and he acts really prideful, putting other people down when they make a mistake or a move he wouldn't make himself. That makes me nervous. So I went back to the book of Joshua to see what sort of strategy God could give me for this match. I found the coolest story in the middle of the book. But let's not forget our focus on why I'm here in the first place. I started this whole journey because I wanted to use my mind for God's glory. So how do I do that? How can we glorify God? Say it loud if you know the answer. We can glorify God by loving Him and obeying Him. Let's say both together. How can we glorify God? We can glorify God by loving Him and obeying Him. For round 1, my strategy came from the story of Joshua's leading the Israelites into the promised land and how God stopped the Jordan River for them to cross over. For round 2, I learned from Rahab, the spies, and the Israelite army during the Battle of Jericho when those walls came crashing down. For this final round, my strategy comes from another battle where God led His people to victory in a most unusual way. Listen up!